Hello, welcome to your nutrition orientation. Congratulations on committing to your challenge. So this is really key because 90% of your results are down to how well you stick with the nutrition plan. 80, I like the Pareto's law, you might have heard of it, where 80% of results are going to come from 20% of the input. And in this case, that is nutrition. I know it says 90% on there, but 80-20 is a phenomenon that occurs in the various walks of life. So, congratulations, um, those of you who have applied to join Witterings Fitness and are taking part in this challenge. You're in probably the 10% of applicants. So, people who apply, only 10% actually commit and get as far as you right now. So we're going to talk about various things in here. Um, we're going to talk about a fat loss formula, and we're just going to make sure that you're all set up, ready to go. Um, Obviously, the about you and the goals, we should have already covered all of that, so that's already good. If anything's changed since your original appointment with us, please do make sure that you have told us anything medical, anything like that. We need to know, so just let us know. You should have some biometric data in the app, which we'll talk about. And you should also know specifically what your goals are. So whether your goal is to lose fat, to gain muscle, to maintain, and maybe rehab some injuries. Think about what that is, that specific goal. You should have already had that session with us by now. But if you haven't, let us know. We'll get you a session booked in to do that. And also the impact it's having, like the why. Why do you really have that goal? What's the impact it's having on your life at the moment? Why is it so important? What's going to really motivate you when you really don't want to do it, basically? Okay, so if you stick with these results, then there is a guarantee for the challenge. So there will be, in 6 weeks, you can expect a 3 kilogram reduction in body weight or 3% or 3 centimeters off your waist. And if you're gaining muscle, it will be probably half of that. A bit harder to gain than it is to lose. So 1.5 kilograms of muscle gains, 1.5 reduction, and same, probably not going to see a waist measurement increase, but you may. Okay, so here are the expectations. So this is just a reminder of what we expect from you during this challenge. Now, first of all, you need to take a photo in the My Accountability Plus app. So I'm going to make sure that you know how you should have that all set up. I'm going to make sure you've got that set up in this video. And you should also be attending some VIP coaching sessions, one in the midpoint, one in the middle of the challenge, and then one at the end. And these are just to make sure that you're on track. So they're really important that you do attend them. Even if you're feeling on track, please do make sure you come to that. We do like to see you, do like to make sure you're okay and you're getting the results that you want from this. You should be attending at least 3 training sessions per week. If you're remote, you can do that via Zoom. And if you don't know how to, again, get in touch with us. When you book via Glowfox, you should get the link sent to you. And also submit your weight to us. Bare minimum, submit your weight once a week. If you measure it, it gets changed. So obviously we want more body fat percentage and muscle change, right? Like so body composition change rather than just a weight change. But your weight is still an indication of what's going on. And you should be sticking to this nutrition plan. 90%, 80% of your food that goes in is this nutrition. So don't worry. There is a little bit of leeway in this. This is not so rigid that you can't live with it forever. This is about building those long-term habits. And also, please do respond to your coach via the accountability app. There's lots of ways of getting in touch with us at WitFit, but if we keep it all in the same place, it makes it much easier for us to get back to you, and the app is the place to do that. I'm going to skip over that a little bit there. Okay, so swim towards us. Okay, so if you have any challenges throughout your program, we're not big scary sharks. We do really, really want you to have results of this challenge. So check the messages from us, just respond, even if it's just a thumbs up to say you've seen it, just lets us know that you're paying attention. And if you have any problems, really do get in touch, because it's the worst thing in the world when we get to the end of the program and we we think you're doing fine because you're showing up and everything looks good from our end, but then we've never heard from you, and actually it turns out there was a big problem. It doesn't happen often, but it has happened before. Okay, if your goal is weight loss, then I want you to be super aware of some of these traps. Now, the formula is to work your muscles with exercise, weightlifting, and cardio, and refuel the muscles with healthy carbs, fats, and proteins. And you basically need to rest, recover, and then just repeat that process and just be consistent with it. That's the key bit. Be consistent, and you will see results. The traps are starving yourself. You shouldn't feel hungry on this program at all. Feeling lightheaded, and zero carb, low fat foods. And if you try and calorie count, then you will probably not eat enough, and you will put your body into starvation mode. And that is the worst thing that happens, because your body, when it's in starvation mode, will metabolize the muscle. And we want to build the muscle. So it actually is called catabolize. Your body basically eats its own muscle for fuel, because muscle is expensive in terms of the calories that your body uses. So the first thing that your body will ditch, if it feels as though there's a scarcity in the food and the nutrition that it's getting, is going to ditch the muscle. So really important that you don't feel hungry on this program, but also you eat the right things. Okay, so hopefully, so I'm going to ask you this question now. Play along with me, even though I can't see. What is the most important thing for fat loss? Hopefully, the first thing that springs to mind is nutrition and not fitness. Okay, most people think it's the other way around. So if we think again about that 80-20, I know it says 90-10 there, but 80-20, 20% is down to nutrition and 80% is down, sorry, 20% is fitness, 80% is nutrition. This is a screenshot of the My Accountability Plus app. Down the bottom, there's a little knife and fork where we will load up your Nourish plan. Okay, I'm going to show you what that is in a moment. Now, this is the cheat sheet that you're going to see in there. This is the most useful part of the sheet. So there's a step-by-step how to set up your own personalized portions, and I'll take you through that I'll take you through that now. So this is our nutrition plan. This is the how to lose, gain, or maintain your body weight using simple, proven processes using our plan. Okay, so you can build a really tailored nutrition plan, which is going to strip fat from your body, build lean muscle, help you live longer, have the energy you need, and you don't need to count calories. You don't need to starve your body, and it's so easy to follow. So the first thing you need to do is calculate your needs. Now, if you need help with this, please do ask a coach. It's pretty simple though. Your goal should be either lose, maintain, or gain body weight or muscle. So that should be fairly clear to you. And you're going to calculate, the first thing you're going to do is calculate your protein requirements. Now this is easy because most of you will want to lose fat. Now, if you want to lose fat whilst gaining muscle, or you've got a specific need, like you're diabetic or you're pregnant, then check with your coach, make sure this is safe and correct with you. If you've got any concerns, just check with us. It's not a problem. There's here's the calculation guides below. So if you're 100 kilos, you're going to take your body weight and it's times by 1, and that is the amount of protein in grams that you're going to eat per day. Now, it doesn't matter too much about what your weight is. You're going to have at least 5 portions of carbs and at least 3 portions of fat if you're trying to lose weight. Now, I did deliberately say at least, because it's not going to be specific for everybody. If you're going to have more of anything in your diet, you're going to have more protein, not more carbs. Okay, so bear that in mind. So it's really simple. If I'm 100 kilos, it's 100 grams of protein, and I'm going to divide it by 25, which equals 4. So I have 4 portions of protein. So I take my 4, go to my cheat sheet. You can print out your cheat sheet if you haven't got one. Put a number 4 in there, a number 5 in there, and a number 2 in there, because this is a person who wants to lose fat. This is a minimum. Okay. So we've completed step two, super easy. We've referred to the portion cheat sheet, and the fourth thing is we're going to calculate our hydration based on my current body weight. So as your body weight changes, this may go down. But right now I'm 100 kilos, so I'm going to times that by 45. So that's 4,500 milliliters, which is 4.5 liters. Now I can split that into three. And so if I go back down to my cheat sheet, I'm going to put 4.5 liters in that box there, the hydration box, split into three, and whatever that is, you're going to split out among these boxes here. So this person had 4 portions of protein. So for breakfast, we always want to front load our eating. Okay, so we want bigger breakfast, slightly bigger, slightly smaller lunch, slightly smaller dinner. So this person would have 2 portions of protein for breakfast, probably 2 carbs, and then 1 fat, or is it half a portion? So you just got to split out that's 3 portions, so one each time. So you just put one, and one in there because that's the fat. 3, 1, and 1 equals 5, and then 2, 1, and 1 equals 4. And then whatever the water is, split that. I can't do that in my head. All right, so that hopefully made sense and is super easy. So each portion, remember, contains approximately 25 grams of protein. How do you know what a portion is? Well, you can measure out 100 grams of meat, or 3 to 4 eggs, 200 grams of tofu, or for the meat, it's a palm portion. Okay, so that's how you work it out. It is approximate, but that is much better than what most people are doing. And you can be more specific with this, but it adds layers of complexity. So I'm going to talk about how specific I want you to be in a sec, actually. We've got carbs, so starchy carbs, things like oats, rice, chickpeas, quinoa, sweet potato. These things are a palm portion, roughly, and that's 30 grams of carbs. And a fist is more vegetables, some fruits, they're fist size. So again, it's all approximate, but you're going to have 5 if you're a loser, more if you're gaining, and again, a bit more if you're maintaining. And if you're feeling lightheaded at any point, you can increase this as long as you're sticking to the foods on the list here. And you've got your fat portions, which is a thumb. Okay, so hopefully that's super simple and makes sense to you. Next step is you're going to send your coach your goals and your protein and like your portion requirements. So how many portions of each one you need, and you can do that in your app. There's a little bubble down here. Just click on that, send your coach a picture, and they will update this for you so you can see what you're eating each day. You can record it, and if you click on the plus icon in the app here, you can actually record your food, which is amazing. You don't have to do that. Again, we're talking about different levels of commitment with this, but it's there for those of you who want to be more specific with this. And the more specific you are, the better results you're going to get. Okay, so this is really important. Do make sure you send your coach your portions via the app, and then we can update it for you. Okay, so what level are we going to go to with this? Okay, so you're going to pick level 1 and probably a bit of level 2 to start with, because I want you to pay attention to protein. So commit to a level and then just build up as your confidence and adherence grows. Then you can take on the next level. Only you can decide what level you want to be at. The higher level is the better results. However, consider how more complex the habit changes and the dedication that is involved. It's quite hard to measure out everything. Okay, so only move up a level once you've sort of achieved the 21 days of a minimum 80% adherence. So level 1, for example, all you're going to do is take the supplements that you're recommended. So you've got immunity and probably protein powder for most people. Those are the ones that most people, if you're doing fat loss, you don't want to get sick on the program. You want to be high energy, so take the immunity boost package that we have available. You don't need to buy your supplements from us, but do make sure you get the same brand or a decent brand that we recommend, because the quality varies a lot. Make sure you drink your water and only eat foods on the portion cheat sheet. And you're going to actually just ignore quantities for you. So if this is brand new to you, never looked at nutrition, start at level 1. I don't want you to worry about portions or anything like that. I just want you to eat only the foods on the list. Okay. Level two, now we can worry a little bit about portions. And the first portion I want you to worry the most about is the protein. Most people aren't having enough protein, so make sure you're hitting that protein goal. Level three, now you can hit your protein, your fat, and your carbohydrate goals in terms of portions. Notice that I didn't say anything about calories, even though in the app it may say calories, that the calories is a minimum target for most people to eat, not a maximum to not go over. Even though to most of the things you'll have tried before, if you've ever tried calorie counting, it's like don't eat over this by a certain percent. We don't worry about that. You'll notice that that didn't work in the long term for you. So please just be aware of that with calories. Okay, supplements. So as much as I wish we didn't need the supplements, the truth is that the food that we have access to is not as nutritionally good as it once was. So there's lots of reasons for that: soil depletion, like the crop variety, like the crops have been specifically bred over time to give a bigger yield, not to be as nutritionally complete as possible. Obviously processed food, but you're not eating any processed food, hopefully, on this anyway, and a few other things. But basically, supplements are useful to help you get better results. Think of them as an acceleration to the results that you're going to get. And you can check with your coach to make sure that you're not taking anything that you shouldn't, but generally we recommend a really high quality multivitamin, probiotic, and omega-3 supplement because they help boost your nutrition and also they help reduce inflammation and help digestion. Okay, the key thing about supplements is consistency makes a big difference. So you've got to stick your nutrition routine into your cheat sheet. Sorry, I've gone the wrong way. So down here, your supplement routine. So personally, I just put them all in breakfast. I just have them all with my breakfast so I don't forget. But you might want probiotic. If you're having probiotic, you have it with each meal. So it'd be probiotic, probiotic. So the supplements they are available on our booking system in the shop. So Glowfox. And again, if you need some extra help with that, just give us a message. We will point you in the right direction. Okay, so the promise I need you to make with the supplements is not to eat anything that's not recommended by us. And again, it's not about us making money out of you with supplements. It's about just making sure you don't buy things that are going to throw you off track. That's the worst thing. Okay, another key part of this is you shouldn't be eating bland, horrible, nasty food. If you don't know how to cook, then you're going to have to learn a little bit. It's not hard, it's really bloody easy. I'm a big fan of simplifying everything. So these are the flavor enhancers. So if we took something like chicken, you can use any of these to make it taste different. So there's lots of ways that you can make the same dish taste different. And all of these are allowable. You're basically making sure your seasonings don't have any sugar. Dried and fresh herbs are great. All of these are brilliant, and particularly kimchi and sauerkraut because they're natural probiotics and they improve your gut health. If you don't know what they are, they're kind of like sounds horrible, but they're fermented vegetables, and some of them are spicy. And the fermentation produces a yeast, which is good for our gut health. Okay, drinks. What am I going to do about my cup of tea? Well, you're going to avoid it on the whole. 80% of your food that you eat should not have any dairy in it. Milk is not on the list, and I'll tell you why in a minute. You can have black tea, you can have black coffee. Caffeine has a slight fat burning advantage, so you can take advantage of that. Just don't drink it all day because then it will mess up your sleep, which then will have a negative effect. And if you're very caffeine sensitive, then watch out for overdoing coffee. You can do loads. You can, if you don't like water, you can put fresh lemon, lime, mint, or cucumber in it, whatever you like. You're using natural herbs, not cordials, not sweeteners, not sugar. Okay, so focus on what you can have, not on what you can't. And another thing I'd love to do is put a bit of cinnamon in my coffee, gives it a little bit of sweetness, but also increases the fat burning properties of caffeine. Okay. Yeah, like I said, it needs to balance your sleep. Right, some other tips that I've got here. Always remember this 80-20 principle. It's not that you can never have anything which is not on this list, but the plan shows you what you should be eating most of the time. And don't beat yourself up over like going out for a meal and a little 20% here and there, but don't have it as a running excuse for bad behavior. I've heard that before. Oh, this is my 20%, and then it just becomes like a bad habit. So save that 20% for your social situations. That's what I do. And then you don't feel constrained rather than delving into the box of cheese, or for me, it'd be eating bread. I don't want to be eating the 20% of bread on my own when I want to go out with my friends or go to a pub on a Sunday or something like that. So that's where I save my 20% for. So I'll go for a lovely meal on a Sunday, but eat really well the rest of the week. And I don't feel bad about that. Don't need to feel bad about that. Alcohol. No alcohol for the 6 weeks, the challenge that you're on, but and generally you shouldn't really be drinking a lot if you want to be fit and healthy. But actually, a small glass of red wine on occasion with friends is a good thing. So that's all good. You can have that guilt-free. If you're drinking a bottle of red wine every night on your own, there's a problem. Another mistake that a lot of people make is no or low alcohol substitutions. They obviously don't have alcohol or as much, but they do have a lot of sweeteners, sugars in them, and they can cause gut irritation. But having said that, you can use that. You can use them in your 20% time if you don't want to drink, if you want to be completely off the booze. Gluten-containing grains, wheat, barley, and rye, again, a major cause of gut inflammation, which is why we don't include them, and skin conditions. Same with dairy. The exceptions are high-quality grass-fed butter, kefir, and natural yogurt. Excessive fruit consumption. So fruit, again, like I said earlier about how vegetables and fruits, they've been selectively grown to be high yielding. Well, we love sweet things as human beings, and therefore fruit has been selectively bred to be sweet. So therefore the bounce in the sugar released into our bloodstream is very high. So you can have fruit, but just 2 portions a day is the max I recommend, and combine it with a fat or a protein. So an example would be in the morning, I put oats in with my protein powder, and I put some berries in there, and there's some fruit in there, but the protein is going to slow that down, and the fats are going to slow that down. If you have an apple with peanut butter on, that fat will slow down the release of the apple into your bloodstream. 0-calorie substitutes in the protein powder that we recommend. There is some stevia. That is a leaf. That is a herb, but it should still be used very sparingly. And anything else, any other clever workarounds you think you found, they're not clever. We haven't, probably haven't thought of everything. But if you think you found a clever workaround, you feel like you're being sneaky, and well, you're probably not, to be honest. And you probably it's your goal, it's your journey at the end of the day. So just trust the process. We know it works. The nice rule is if you can't make it in your kitchen, don't eat it as part of your 80%. Okay, meal planning. So I've got some meals for you in this guide. What I personally do is I cook 3 to 4 times the amount that I'm going to need for dinner, so that it lasts me 3 to 4 meals in the future. Obviously, if you're a family, most of these meals are family friendly, so you might want to just double up, cook more. It should save you some time, should save you some money, and eating the same few real meals regularly helps your digestion, and just mastering that recipe, making it delicious. I'll talk to you again about the allowable flavor enhancements, because you can change a dish and make it taste great. I use glass Tupperwares with plastic lids to secure it, so I can take it with me to work and be prepared and not let myself down with a meal deal or something. And if you've got some ideas, put them in the Facebook group, share with the group. It's all much appreciated. Okay, yeah. So here's the recipe guide. So super easy. This is 2 portions of protein, 2 portions of carbs, and 2 portions of fat. So if you need to adjust it, you simply take out one of the portions. So for me, I use kefir and 2 tablespoons of protein powder. And if you want to dollop a chunk of yogurt on there, that's fine as well. The protein is going to vary in some of those things. Oats, raw oats, and then apple or mixed berries are going to be my carb portions. 2 tablespoons of nuts or seeds, and 2 tablespoons of nuts, 3 tablespoons of chia seeds, and that's generally pretty much it. And that's just about trying different flavors then. So you've got different flavors of protein powder, you've got different berry mixes, cashews, vanilla, strawberry, almonds, Animal apple, cinnamon, and pecan is really lovely. You can grate carrots into this, ginger and pecans, so that tastes like carrot cake. There's lots of different things, and it's really lovely. Okay, so try lots of things. Thai curry, all self-explanatory. This one is a big, like total meal is 649. So if you split into four, you know it's 213. If you need to reduce the fat content of that, or you need to reduce something or increase something, then you can obviously adjust the recipe. Don't be too specific about all this stuff. This is just a rough guide to make sure that you get the best. Stir fry, 100 ways of making that, 100 ways of changing the flavors, soy sauce, chili, ginger, garlic. You know, there's lots of different things you can do. All right, I think I've covered everything. I'm just going to go back to the presentation just to make sure we've got it all. We've talked about supplements, we've talked about protein. Why do we want protein? Protein builds muscle, muscle builds burns fat, and protein also curbs sugar cravings. So if you're really craving something, have a protein shake. Again, making sure it's a decent one. We've talked about the quality. We should have a coaching session booked in for 3 weeks' time, so do make sure you've booked that. It's worth money, you've paid for it, and we want to see you. We want to make sure you're on track, so please do come and see us. We've got a free gift for you if you've been good as well. Yeah, so like we've talked about this, but we sell them, they're accelerators. You don't need to buy them from us, but we've got some discounted packages for you. So we've got a health and immunity bundle, multi-nutrients, omega-3, pre and probiotics. We've got a fat, if you're trying to gain muscle, then you may want to go more for this one, or if you just want to go all in with everything, then you can do. That's the most popular option. In this one, you've got pre-workout, a hydration, or a creatine, and a perform post, like this is the muscle, the protein powder. So if you're purely fat loss, well, again, most of these are good for everybody, to be quite honest. That's why we use them. So I would recommend going for that saver bundle and just get everything and do it properly. Okay, so you should be able to book your first workout now. If you haven't done that, if you haven't figured out how to do that, download an app called GlowFox, search for Witterings Fitness as a studio, log in with your email address. If we've set up the password for you, it will be capital F Fitness1 exclamation mark. If that doesn't work, try a reset password, and if that doesn't work, just contact us and we'll sort it out for you. Log in now to your My Accountability Plus app. You should have a reminder to take a before picture. If you can't see anything, just click the little plus button, the yellow box. I'll show you what it looks like down there. So that yellow little plus box, and you're going to select photos, and then you take your photos. Really is important that you get your before pictures, because if anything goes wrong with your stats, for some people, their stats don't change too much because their hydration levels are different. The electronic bioimpedance scales that we would have measured you on sometimes are a little out of whack. But so pictures, you can't mess that up. So do take pictures and put it in there. And you can record your meals by clicking on that one, and you can record activity by putting that one in there as well. Okay, so what we want to know is if you're worried about anything, if you want us to do anything, that if you don't stick to the plan, if you need a nudge now and then, if you need a forfeit, then let us know that. The coach will keep you on track anyway. But yeah, you can chat with your coach and ask us for any extra help if you need it. So look forward to now going shopping, getting your first workout booked. You should have that. Going shopping. Send us a picture of your trolley whilst you're shopping, just so we know you're buying good stuff. You're also going to use your cheat sheet when you go shopping and just buy the things that you kind of like off that cheat sheet, and get your first workout in. Look forward to seeing you transform your health and well-being. It's going to be amazing. This stuff really works. It will set you free. This is stuff that you can use for life, and it's brilliant. All right, so a lot of thought's gone into it, and I hope you enjoy your challenge, and I will see you all soon. Thanks very much.